I open the floor for a Q&A session and start talking about any challenges, any questions that you might have.
So just applaud you for all your work. My one of my first few questions is, now that we are, we're giving the child at such a young age this elaborate, creative, explorative, these experiences, I do find that there is a challenge when the child is moving from preschool to a school. So, I mean, I don't know if Reggio Emilia extends to grade school. But I
Very good
know
question.
that they will struggle to fit into that curriculum now that they've done such an elaborate thing, and it almost feels like we're giving them so much and then they have to fit into a box once they go into grade school. So what would you say about that?
I think Reggio Emilia is such an advanced technique and methodology that obviously the education system of a country like India, that's a developing nature of a country, it takes a while to get there, right? Policy like NEP comes into play and the government starts to dictate not even dictate, give guidelines to the schools to implement, but the schools are not ready. Infrastructure is not there. Training providers are not there. Teacher shortage is global, right? All of those elements play a big part in that. This obviously leads to what you rightly mentioned. A kid that is today 0 years of age, whether when he or she is 6 years of age, will the school have been evolved? That is the question you're asking. That is the question we are asking. So should we stop giving evolutionary education to our early child?
Definitely.
I mean, it's a ridiculous question, really. It's like a chicken and egg kind of a situation. Should I start revolutionary method of teaching today? Oh, because after 6th grade there is no opportunity for them. I think we need to be better aligned and be better thoughtful. If we start this from early years, that's where the school will be forced to implement it, right? Schools need to implement the national education policy. They need to, and there is a notice to them, and the government is coming after each one of those schools to get them to implement this, right? And this is starting from this October, guys. I mean, look at our India Market Entry website. We will keep posting news on that. But government is going after each and every school, and they need to implement it. It will take time. I'm not saying it's jadoo ki chhadi that suddenly somebody whips it and it will happen. But it's going to happen.
Right.
We need to, as an educator, it's our responsibility as a preschool owner, as a business owner, it's also our responsibility to be at the most advanced state of what we are offering. All right. Mm-hmm. Now the parents obviously don't understand because they are not educators. That's not their job.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We as educators, we need to explain it to them. What is being a global citizen? What is holistic education? What is social emotional intelligence? Why it is important, rather than just reading and writing. I mean, reading and writing, once they are ready, they will pick it up much faster than the others who are actually reading and writing at the age of 3 years or 4 years.
Right.
Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, more of a discussion than a question, but yeah, I completely understand your point of view. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can you explain for holistic development?
I mean, holistic development means cognitive, social, emotional, physical. This is what holistic means. It does not mean get them to read and write and draw. That's it. That's not holistic.
But if we do not provide any homework material in books, then how parents will see what schools have taught to kids?
Is parents only see the homework that you give? They don't see the child developing skills. They don't see their child interacting with them. Do you interact with the parents? Do you educate the parents? That's important. It's not just paper pasting, giving them that the child is going to go home and do some homework. The important factor is that they are aligned with what you're doing in the classroom. They know what their child is progressing with, and that's how you will enable yourself to communicate with parents better, and parents will understand what you're trying to do better. Otherwise, parents will never learn. It's a learning curve for both the child and the parent. And as an educator, that's our responsibility to do so. That's where we emphasize that you need to have discussions with parents. You need to have regular observations and assessments submitted to the parents. We have templates, tools provided to you to do that. That's a conversation starter, That's a conversation starter. That's how the parents will know what is happening in the school. They will also implement it at home. You can provide them some of those activities as well, for them to do at home.
There is no books even for LKG and UKG kids.
So this is the funny thing about Reggio, right? No books whatsoever required, right? No books. All whatever we have and whatever our Mother Nature has provided us, that's enough for the child to learn. We just have to direct him. As an educator, we need to be able to guide and hone their abilities, nurture their upbringing. That's what we do, right? So this is nothing to do with whether books are good or bad. This is nothing to do with books are a bad thing. This is everything to do with how the child's brain responds to activities, interactions, open-ended motivation for the child to just do things which they love to do, and helping that child learn that, do better.
I am Chokkamal Lanan. We have a school called the Groven International Play School in Madurai, Tamil Nadu. You told that we don't introduce the books, right? 0 to 6 years we are not introducing the books, right?
Yes.
Then they are going to first standard in grade 1 like that. If they will provide books, right? If they have some struggles to do that, right? In writing or reading like that, they have struggles, right? Nowadays many children are difficult in reading like that. If we are not introducing the books, means that will give them more difficult path, right?
Not at all, ma'am. That's what this is all about. This is an approach which is much more advanced. Kids will not have reading, writing difficulties when they get to first grade. Right?
Yes.
Would you rather have them emotionally unstable, not confident, or would you rather have them not read and write, and then when they come to the first standard, that is what they are going to do from the first standard, right? They're going to read and write. Why force them to stand before it?
In this syllabus only students have difficult. Other students will do that books. Some other students are studying in some other curriculums, right? CBSE and Montessori, like that. They introduce the materials and phonetics, everything they are teaching. In this children, in my...
Ma'am, I can guarantee you,
Okay.
if a early years kid and a kid who has studied from this progressive Reggio Emilia approach and international curriculum, if you compare that 7-year-old kid or 6-year-old kid with a local CBSE kid, you will find a stark difference in his overall personality, the way they communicate, the way they are able to present themselves. Okay, that's where you will find a global citizen and an Indian citizen. That is the challenge. We need to solve that, ma'am, and it is our responsibility. And this is going to happen no matter what you do, ma'am. NEP is talking about implementing all of this from first grade. Early years is not talking about that. It's
actually 0 to 6 years we can dump them everything, right? We can teach everything. They can understand everything, right? So that is why I am asking you one last question, sir. In my childhood, my mother and my teachers told me that write and learn. If you write and learn means you can your long term memory will be activated. So write and learn, like that only my teachers and my parents teach me. If you are not introducing that writing means they can struggle that, right? I have this question, so that's why I'm asking you.
Very valid question. Very valid question. 40 years ago, my mother also told me the same thing. You know, write it, otherwise you will forget it. If you write it, I will remember it. And teachers taught in such a way, such a fashion. 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6. Repeat it 10 times in the classroom, and they will remember. Correct?
Yes, that Gurukulam learning. Yes.
Exactly. But why do we all laugh at it today? No, because the reason is today, first of all, memory definitely is important. How do we develop that memory?
Yes.
Research has shown cognitive skills and memory is not just developed by repetition. And repetition by just one means. Okay, so repetition is great, which is why our parents used to tell us, write down this 100 times. Teacher used to say, don't remember this, write it 10 times. But what research has also shown is repetition through various ways, right? Auditory, visual, interactive. Only that helps you to remember better, rather than just writing it 100 times and remember it. I'm sure, ma'am, when you were in your childhood, I am sure even if you have written something 20 times, you would have still forgotten it today.
Right, yes.
It is not effective, ma'am. We know this. We ourselves did it and we know it's not effective. Then why are we doing that to our child?
Okay. Nowadays, in Tamil Nadu, they are focusing 3 type of learnings. We are focusing on that. That is materials learning and writing, the theory learning and classroom learning. Like that, classroom learning is Gurukulam learning. Once the teacher is teaching and the students will repeat it. And theory learning means the writing skills we are giving that. And materials learning for Montessori. So we are giving the 3 kind of learnings. So this is really very different, and I like to learn more about it.
Absolutely, ma'am. This is the most advanced way of learning. Forget We Skoolhouse, forget everything. Just explore Reggio Emilia. Just explore that philosophy. This is the most advanced philosophy and the way of teaching. Just explore that and you will learn, discover new ways of teaching. And if you're very well aware, it's for all of you. If you are very well aware of what is happening in your surroundings in the education sector today, you're looking at international curriculum being in very high demand from all parents in the K-12 segment especially. Look at how many schools are adapting to Cambridge curriculum. Look at schools that are adapting to IB curriculum. Why is that happening? You should ask that question to yourself. Because that's the need of the hour. Children who want to go to the US, I'll tell you a very simple analogy. Child who wants to go to the US or UK and study advanced bachelor's or master's or PhD and so on and so forth, they have a real edge if they come from international boards, if they come from IB, if they come from IGSC. The methodology used there is this methodology. This is where it starts.
Okay. Thank you so much for your explanations. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
But when they entered in first grade, there are so many books. How will they cope up? I suppose this is the question.
You are already preparing them to cope up with that. You are already providing them all skills for stress management, all skills to learn new things. Our job as an early childhood educator teacher is to get them ready for that stage. That does not mean expose them to that right away. That does not mean that. And when you talk about reading and writing, the way it is taught in schools from first standard, that's changing anyway. Schools that have not adapted, they are losing enrollments. They are going to keep losing enrollments. So if you want to start today with Reggio Emilia. Start today with progressive approach. Start today with international curriculum. Otherwise, very soon you will find yourself in a place where parents are going to say, hey, this is age-old way of teaching, we don't want to put our child here.
Also, I would like to contribute here for the repeatedly they are asking same question. So with my experience with my own son, so we didn't put him for LKG, UKG, and we were following, the spontaneous learning according to his will, without books and everything. But as days goes, he himself have developed the habit of reading, and we have put him straight away in the grade 1. I think in Tamil Nadu, in India, there is a flexibility to have children direct on first standard if they are fulfilling the need of that particular school. So the whoever is concerned about whether the child will write in the first standard, whether the child will be able to cope up, I'm telling out of my experience with the children I'm handling here, they are able to do it. When they have been given with full freedom of what they want to learn before 6 years, so automatically they are able to adapt with the textbook or whatever it is. They are learning in their own way. And writing also, eventually it's been 1 month for my son. He has developed amazing handwriting, which I was totally, to be honest, I'm surprised to look at his Tamil writing, Hindi and all. I have never introduced writing till 6 years. But within a span of 30 days, he could write it on his own. He could recognize. It's all about the freedom. I think the only curriculum which gives such freedom is Reggio Emilia. And being into this field of education for more than 17 years, I'm experiencing every up-to-date, lots and lots of curriculum comparing. Find it, Reggio as a freedom provider, not sticking to a particular solution, and spontaneous learning is happening with the child.
Kudos to
Thank
you,
you,
ma'am. Kudos to you. You taught your child how to learn well, right? That's the reason he was able to pick up that. And also for the audience, ma'am, have we paid you to talk like this for Reggio Emilia? Just if you can answer, ma'am.
No, sir, no. No.
Yeah, just because some people can feel that this is somebody who's planted. Where are you from, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm totally new because I wanted to have though I'm following it for my child, if I want to follow it for other children, I should have some certification, right? And I should have some affiliation or the authenticity. Parents will raise the question. So that's the reason I have heard about this We School, and I was about to take your curriculum for 0 to 6 years, so that we also have in Tamil Nadu, homeschooling community is increasing a lot. Like parents are becoming more aware that my child wanted to have. In Coimbatore, when we decided for our child 5 years before, 7 years before, we had only 200 parents who are doing homeschooling. But now, after 7 years in Coimbatore, now we have more than 2,000 parents who are opting homeschooling and open schooling, who don't want to have LKG, UKG at all. So it's all about how we interact with the parents to make them understand how important such kind of learning is. So that child actually learns how to learn, and we are not on a track to tell them what to learn. We are actually making them how to think, and we are not making them what to think. So I think the educator plays an important role to explain the parents about this. If any educator here is more concerned about maybe the way you explain about the importance of such learning environment, parents will obviously understand. I have a children who is traveling every week, weekly once. They are traveling almost more than 40 kilometers. Come attend for just 2 hours.
I think that is super interesting, helpful experience that everybody can learn from. Thank you so much, ma'am, and would love to connect one-on-one later on as well. And obviously our team would have been in touch with you already, Kalpana or Malabika. Please be in touch with them. I think you are doing a great job already, and we will definitely explore what we can do to enable you better. Okay?
Sure. It is like we have to break that, the system. It's a kind of, we are in a kind of thing that we need to break that typical skeptical system. So I think when the educators are more trying to adapt this kind of thing, when educators started believing this, obviously parent will believe and this will emerge also.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think educators have a tough job, but I think it's a job of much satisfaction and responsibility. And educators not just need to educate children, but also to the parents, because the parents also don't know, right? They're 30 years old, 25 years old, 40-year-old parents who have studied decades ago. Things have changed, they have progressed. There is better ways to learn today, right? Rather than just rote learning, repeating, writing. This curriculum basically gives you that, enables you that in a very reasonable package, gives you access to all there is for you to get introduced to this. Take it forward. If you're a practitioner, enables you to get certifications, enables you with content, 52 weeks of activities for all age groups from 0 to 6. It's very hard and rare to find that. This is well researched, implemented curriculum that has been developed. For the price, it is a bargain as far as what I'm seeing. The only best thing that is next available to you from this point of view would be a Cambridge assessment early years or an international curriculum association as early years curriculum, which is starts from 5 lakh rupees a year. If you want to get introduced to this, go forward. Get in touch with us. We will provide you any support that is required from our end to enable you, to help you to use it. We will provide that here locally, here in India. This is a company based out of New York, Manhattan, but it has a base here in India, in Delhi. Tia is asking, is this a web-based software? Yeah, it is a website. It's a browser-based platform. Can be accessed from mobile, tablet, computer, anything.
Will pre-primary school close in NEP? So there's a question mark. Then will only pre-primary schools running in NEP be closed? So these are the two questions that Digvijay sir had.
So yeah, I mean, so preschools. Now what is the kind of preschool we are talking about, right? That depends. If it is connected to a K-12 school, it has a very different approach. If it is outside of that K-12 space, then it's a very different approach. Today, preschools are defined by 0 to 6 years or 3 to 6 years. That's what typically a preschool here in India is considered. I don't think it will go up to second standard. Yes, guidelines are provided, but it's not fairly possible because from first standard onwards, you need affiliation with the board of education. So which is the challenge. States have different mandates. All that needs to evolve. This is a lot of an evolutionary process that is going to take place. What I can tell you today is that NEP is going to force every school to adapt to active learning, teaching how to learn rather than just dumping knowledge with the kids and let them to write and wrote it down. That's what's going to change, and our kids need to be prepared for that. They need to be prepared for the global stage. They need to be problem solvers. With that thought, I think that's it from our end. We have already overshot. So please stay in touch with us. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, on India Market Entry website as well. You can follow us. Our team will get in touch with you. Thank you so much for showing interest and bearing with us and listening to us talking about something which is brand new, something which is next generation. We will stay in touch with you. Whoever is interested to work with us, please get in touch with Kalpana or Malobika, whoever you are in touch with. Most of you would be in touch with Kalpana for sure. So she is responsible for We Skoolhouse dedicatedly. Have a word with her and look to see you on the other side, right, within the community. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.